following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin.
Hey, I'm Christine.
I'm Janice.
Oh, I'm Jada.
It's Jada and Janice are here as co-hosts today. So welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit, everybody. I almost forgot we were going live. I got this new chair and something's wrong with the hydraulics and I sunk. So I'm really, really low today. And I had to readjust my entire setup because I'm super low. So I was like, damn, I'm like a little person today.
How low can you go, Christine?
I can go low, baby. I can go low. Today I want to start out a little different. I've got some 50 Shades of Bullshit I want to call out. I'm feeling very fired up today.
I knew you were. I knew you were. I could sense it.
I am fired up. So let me start out by saying that those who know me know that I'm a producer and a director for a docuseries called Hollywood Dreams: The Unexpected Journey. And it's about people's journey through the entertainment business. And one of my stars of the show, I kind of created this whole concept around her. I fell in love with her. My heart is just there with her. She's like a daughter to me. She's a 23-year-old rapper named Sky. Sky Royal is what she goes by. But she's Sky Frank. She is Jason David Frank's daughter. And if anybody's been watching the news or knows anything about the Green Power Ranger, Jason David Frank, he died last week. He actually committed suicide. That was not announced until today. I'm so irritated about it. I'm going to call 50 Shades of fucking bullshit on this stuff right now. So long story short, Sky was not very close to her dad. She wanted to be. She tried very hard to be. He was not really there for her in her childhood. She has been homeless since she's 14. He had a new life, a new wife, a new kid in Texas. Sky really, really worked hard to be, in good graces with her dad. And it was a struggle. So my heart right now really goes out to Sky. I love her so much. And I'm very, very good friends with Jason David Frank's best friend. And so I knew the minute that he passed away that, this was going to be a rough week for a lot of people. It was under wraps that he had committed suicide, actually. So I really wanted to talk about this at the top of the show because we recently did an episode on men's mental health. And I think that it really is prevalent and really important that we let the men in this world know that we as women are here for them, that there are other men for them, that if someone is in a position where they're struggling with their sobriety or their family or their friends or their mental health, that there are people there for them. What I'm fired up about is I got to watch the funeral live. So Jason and his wife were estranged. Rumor has it that he had cheated. She said he cheated. She filed for divorce. It's always been no, she filed for divorce. This past week, he was at Comic-Con and in Texas, and while he was there, in his hotel room, he killed himself. I'm not going to say how because that has not been released, and that I have been asked to keep private, so I will do that. But his wife announced today that he had committed suicide. And the thing about that is that she says at the funeral, which was the shit she said at the funeral was weird. She was acting weird. She kept saying they were soulmates and all these other things, but yet she was filing for divorce. And I'm sorry, I'm not divorcing my soulmate. If something is happening, I'm going to work it out. My soulmate's my soulmate. So a lot of contradicting words there. Also in the news, she said that they were on a romantic getaway, that she had just left to go get snacks and came back 10 minutes later and he was dead. Bullshit. That's bullshit. And because I know how he died, and it's not possible. Also, all the news reports say that they were in separate rooms. So I don't know. I'm just really fired up. And I just wanted to make an announcement that, if there are any men out there who are really struggling, there are people who really care about you, even when you think no one does. And like Janice is a breakup coach. And, Jason and his wife was going all through that. And breakups are hard. And they can knock you off of your sobriety if you are working on your sobriety. And turning to someone like Janice is a really positive thing. So I just wanted to kind of say that today. So hi.
Hi, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm sorry for your loss, and I can tell it's weighing really heavy on you.
Yeah, it breaks my heart because I'm watching my friends and the people I love hurt by losing someone they love. I don't know what was going through Jason's mind. I have been in Jason's position where I thought that suicide might be the way to go. I went through a lot in my younger years. And when I was 21, I actually tried to commit suicide. And I'm fine talking about it because I had a long journey and a long road since then that, made me see that it's not the way to go. And then there's, no matter what, there's a brighter side. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just look for the end of the tunnel. So yeah, that's, just want to say that today. Anyway, so on a lighter note, on a lighter note, we're actually talking to the CEO today of Heartstring dating app and Pitch Your Friends, and it really is about authentic video dating, and I'd love to hear about this. And if anybody has seen any of my Facebook, TikTok, Instagram videos,
They are funny.
I talk recently about video dating and meeting people on video before you meet in person.
And I think that you would say that you had some inauthentic video experiences.
Kinda, yeah. We had some.
I mean, they showed you.
Third person in the room.
They showed you.
They showed you everything.
Yes, they did. So I'm really interested, to hear from Lee Michael, the CEO of Heartstring dating app, and see, how we can do this authentically, how we can really make inroads to, not go on a video chat and have someone, whacking his ding-a-ling off while he's talking.
Yeah, I guess we need to spell that out for people. How not to jerk off on camera.
So, Janice and Jada, have y'all had a good week? Are we good? How's things going with you guys? You fired up?
I am pretty happy. I'm at my new man's house. That's
I was going to say.
And not flowers.
That's a different setup. I realized different
Went from
setup.
flowers?
At home.
It went from flowers to guitars, so we knew something was up.
Yes, something good.
Jada, how are you feeling since your accident last week? Or
Much
2
better.
weeks ago? You better?
Much better. Much better. I'm still in a little pain. I have no idea when I get my car back. I think it's completely totaled, but I'm much better. So thank you for asking. Yeah.
Of course. I've been thinking about you this week.
Aw.
Well, I really would love to know all about authentic video dating and what that actually means. And pitch your friends sounds really interesting. So I'd love to bring on Lee Michael and see what he has to say about his video dating app.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hi.
Lee Michael.
This is so fun to be here with 3 of my friends.
Woo! We're in a
Yeah.
party now.
Yeah.
What are we drinking today, girls and gents?
I got a protein shake right here.
Water.
Oh, whiskey.
Oh,
perfect.
yeah, Janice.
Hey, it's 5 p.m. in Denver.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll trade soon, Janice.
Yeah. So
All
Lee
right.
Michael, thank you for being here today with us. We are super excited to talk to you. So tell us exactly what Heartstring dating app is. And then also tell us what the heck is Pitch Your Friends.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So yeah, Heartstring dating app really is kind of our version of what we believe would be a better experience for people to get a sense of someone's vibe in 3 seconds or less. And what that means is that we've been talking with daters for 2 years now, and we've heard the same problems over and over again, which is that people are getting a low resolution view of who someone is in a dating app, right? They're looking at photos, they're looking at prompts, and they're not really getting a sense of that vibe. So for us, the solution was making asynchronous videos. So what that means is short form videos. So you don't have to worry about somebody, pulling up the camera and somebody wanking it or whatever it is, right?
I don't know, it might not take you very long to wank it.
I mean, 2 seconds or less, that's not much time, So
That's my next video, actually, is when this guy wanked off in 3 seconds or less.
Okay,
and he said
perfect.
goodbye to me.
The point is that I believe that within a couple of seconds, people can get a better sense of someone's vibe through their body language, their tone of voice, their content, what they're sharing, right? And so for us, that was the starting point to help daters be able to date a little bit more effectively and also showcase themselves a little better. My assumption is that a lot of people are swiping off a whole host of people they actually would connect with, whether it's based on just the algorithm, whether it's based on their initial perception of, let's just say, a way someone writes a prompt or a way they take a photo. I think that's one of the assumptions we need to consider, especially in this day and age. Number 2 is from the authenticity and intentional perspective. Authentically, I think actually in video, you could show a lot more yourself. So that could be your friends, that could be things that you like in your life. Janice has some guitars behind her. Maybe she's going to, start playing guitar for us. I would get a much better sense of her playing it than her taking a photo of it, right? So for me, that's kind of the starting point. Is video provides a better window in as close as possible to real life. And the truth is, we don't meet people in real life by, looking at preferences or resume things. We get a sense of their vibe, right? So
yeah. So how does this work? So if they go on the app, I need to download the app so I can take a look at it.
For sure.
So you go on the app and you have a profile. Everybody has a profile. Are right?
Yeah, so your profile is just a collection of content, similar to your Instagram story format. So that's what your profile is, right? So it's just your profile becomes how many videos you upload, essentially. That's all it is.
So there's no pictures, it's just videos.
No, all video.
Ah, that's cool. So what are they doing then? Are they hitting a like button, a dislike button? Are they swiping? Are they not swiping?
So there's no swiping. It's the exact same style as I would refer to as like a horizontal or vertical up and down scroll, right? For now, again, this is the first version of the app. And there's only mutual liking. So right now, if I like you and you like me, then there can be a match, period. You could also see more content by just similar again to Instagram story format. You go left to right and you can see how many videos are there. Again, super simple, super straightforward. Full transparency though too, version 1.5 is what we're shooting for. It's coming out February 14th, Valentine's Day. And I'll get into that a little bit more after what that includes.
Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Spreading all the love, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, that's how it works. Is just your profile is your collection of video content.
So how did you come up with this concept? What made you create Heartstring, and where'd you come up with the name?
Yeah. So I'm a single dad, been dating, for a couple of years now, and I always found it quite challenging. Again, getting a sense of someone's vibe with limited time, parenting, working, all those things, right? So I was like, and then I started talking with people, literally interviewing, and I just made a big spreadsheet with everybody's comments, and then I just started looking at all of them and going, everybody has the same
Wait, hold
problem.
on, what?
I made a big.
He did a spreadsheet.
I made a spreadsheet, an Excel sheet
Of people you were dating.
No, not just dating. Anyone I spoke with that I said like, hey, tell me about your experiences of dating. And then they would go like, hey, here's the problems I have. And I'd go, okay. And I'd log it down in the spreadsheet. And then I would start to build up a list. And I had a couple hundred on the list basically. And I was like, well, now there's a problem to solve here. And I think that video is the way forward. So yeah, I came up with it. The name really came to me because I thought a lot about something that my stepmom would be able to understand in 2 seconds or less. I was like, if I told her a name for a dating app, how would she understand that? And I was just sitting here working all night. It was like 5 a.m. and I looked over at my guitar, surprisingly, and I was like, string, and I was like, heartstring, and then I was like, that means deep emotions or affections, right? And I wanted it to mean something because I'm sick and tired of these bullshit names, and these apps that don't care about you.
Tinder, Bumble.
Yeah, they don't mean anything.
Tinder.
You don't resonate with that, right? Like I want something to stand for like the values that we're trying to create. So that spoke to me, and I was like, all right, it's heartstring, period. And then I just bought up all the domains, and then just that's it, full speed ahead. So
I love that.
I love it.
When did you do that? When did you start creating?
Yeah, I was in the works for honestly a couple of years, but I only fully started getting down to business last April, and then we launched it in the App Store in this year in August, end of July. And then
I remember talking to you early spring, and you were like, "Oh, it's not launched yet." And I was like, "I'm gonna wait." So yeah,
this
how's
is the
it
breaks.
going?
Oh man, it's tough. I just, it's a crawl to get there. I crawled to get to the App Store. I mean, Janice has been with me kind of since day one, honestly, from a coach perspective. And quick caveat, as you know, we've been collecting matchmakers and coaches because we want to cushion this ecosystem to make a better, healthier dating experience, right? So Janice has been there, and she's, many times I've been like, hey guys, hold on. Like even now, I just posted a message yesterday to the matchmakers and coaches, and I was like, okay guys, the new version is not coming out until February 14th. There's always delays, right? I got to find the cash to pay for things too, so that's part of it. But I mean, it's going, and there's nothing else I'd want to be doing, because every single time I talk to a customer, a dater, anyone, they both give me the exact same problem. They love the vision. They love what we're doing. And that just fuels me to continue. Whenever I'm having a shitty day, I literally just go out to a coffee shop or I walk outside and I talk to like somebody random on the street. And I'm like, hey, are you single? Because this is part of my Pitch Your Friend series.
Oh, boy.
I go like, hey, are you single? And they're like, why? I'm like, no, not for me. But like, do you want to pitch your friend in 15 seconds or less? And then I tell them about the concept and then what I'm working on and stuff, and they love it. So that gives me the fuel to keep going when I need it. So yeah, it's coming along. So that all that is to say is the other piece to authentic dating for me is creating a more narrow focus of attention for daters. So there's actually only 3 conversations you can have in the app at most. So the reason for that is because we're trying to make it a little bit more intentional for daters to decide who they actually want to speak with, so that people aren't wasting each other's time. And at this point, people are tired of the apps. They're tired of swiping. So why don't we just narrow down the focus and almost like a slow dating experience, if you will. So yeah, I just kind of think it's like not slow with video, because it's like, boom, let me see this vibe. Okay, if I'm really serious, I want to speak to that person. Great. That's like a faster path for me to like actually meeting in real life than being like swipe, 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 swipe. Okay, chatting with 30 people. Like that's so exhausting. So.
Well, and I guess with 3 people, you might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
if you only have 3.
For sure.
So it limits the 3, and then when you realize that 2 out of the 3 aren't working for you, and you're up for another 2, how do you ditch those, and how do you move that forward?
First version again is just you'll swap someone out, and they can disappear, and you can unmatch them. Pretty simple. Again, I like to build this thing with daters, so I want to see. As we grow, right, and continue to speak with daters, how they want this thing to evolve and what they're asking for. So I just start with some initial assumptions. Which my assumptions are, we're going to start with 3 conversations, period. You swap a dater out if you want to chat with someone else, period, and then let's see what happens from there.
How do they chat? Like, do they video chat?
Nope,
Do they
there's no
email?
video.
There's
Do they email it?
messaging.
No, they send postcards.
Email it?
Pigeon. They send pigeon.
They send a
There you go.
postcard.
Let's get back to basics
I
here.
love it. I'm into that. Like the little Morse code thing. Let's do
Yes.
that.
Hey, at
No,
least it shows that they're committed, right?
Right.
100%. But no, they just text for now. There's no in-app video. Sorry, they message in the app, but there's no in-app video chat or anything like that. They could send asynchronous videos. Thanks, Phil. They send asynchronous videos in those messages as well, if they want to. But that's it for now. Those are going to be the two ways. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of the ways that? So say I'm super shy.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm not.
Yeah, I know you're not.
But let's say once upon a time I was shy, and I see the benefit of a video dating app.
Mhm.
But how do I get that confidence to say, ooh, I don't know, I look so stupid, or I don't like the angle, or I don't have good lighting, or my camera made me look 20 pounds heavier, and I'm already a thick girl. I mean, how do you get past that? I mean, what do you suggest for people who are maybe struggling?
Yeah, I can relate to this. Like, I would never even do Instagram lives a couple years ago because I just thought I looked so weird on video.
I just had this conversation. Me too.
I think that's a great question, and I think there's a couple ways to approach it. So speaking from my own experience of also being someone who never really wanted to get in front of the camera, yet I'm continuously in front of the camera now, is you have to change the self-talk for sure. That's number one. So you're not ugly, you're not skinny, you're not fat, you're not this. Like, just be true to you, right? And someone's going to appreciate that. So I think that's number one. Number two is, there's a couple ways that I wanted to build in for people to support making content. So in version 1.5, there are video text prompts. So we built in 20 prompts that you can select from to overlay on the video to help you speak, which I think is really cool. So some of those things, the classic ones that people want to hear will be like, hey, red flags I look for, or a day in the life. Or speak in another language. So people that speak multiple language, pretty cool for them to just say something like, why not?
Yeah,
Like, I think that's cool. Like, I let people show their world in the way they want, right? So that's kind of one way. Another way for me, the two other ways is actually Pitch Your Friend, which is my most favorite and human thing that I've been doing. So in the app, there's actually a link out so that if, let's say Janice and I are on the app, I could send a link to her to be like, hey, Janice, can you do a video for my profile, please? And what that allows is for you to invite your friends into your dating profile so that, you can offload some of that uncomfortableness by getting your friend to speak for you. And even still, it's actually a subtle way for you to pitch yourself if you think about it. So every person that I talk with that's like, hey, can you pitch your friend? People love talking about their friends, and they don't realize that they're also sharing who they are in doing so. So that's actually another avenue for that. And then the third one is it gives a chance for daters who don't want to showcase all their content. I call it peripheral, and it's a way for people to kind of like old school style, where you have to match first to see all someone's content. So you could turn this on. It's something I noticed when people don't feel like showing their whole profile, especially on dating apps. You feel a little vulnerable. So for me, I'm like, listen, let's just put up one video. And if you turn peripheral on, people aren't going to see the rest of your videos. Again, choose which video carefully you want to show of your world, but it saves it so that when you do match for someone, it will show the rest of your content to that person. So that way it keeps you that little, it's kind of like when you invite someone into your house, right? They come into the foyer, they don't get to come into your whole house. I think that's a really cool way to look at supporting people making video content. So those three things are the main ways for me that I'm trying to support that experience.
How long are each one of the videos?
Max 15 seconds. Pro tip, I don't know how long it is for the uploads. So you can upload, something from your Instagram or TikTok if you have other videos taken elsewhere. But the really cool part about using in-app camera for videos is that you get a little authentic badge. So it says that you use the in-app camera, meaning there's no bullshit there, basically. So if you use the in-app camera, it's real. It's like a real timestamp, basically. So that's another level of just kind of supporting a more authentic experience for people, I think.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Thanks, Janice.
I love that.
But do you have like practical tips though, as far as camera angles or lighting or clothes?
I was just gonna ask that.
Like, what would you say if someone really, just Needs a little help.
Yeah.
Just getting more confident.
So
what would you suggest?
my two main ones, I think we chatted about this too before, Janice. My two main ones are, for me, again, so let's just say you play guitar. I would be like, listen, why don't you just pop your camera up, turn on your phone, put it on for a minute or whatever, and just play some guitar. And that's your content. You don't need to perform anything. Just be what you're doing, right? Or, hey, I'm out for a walk, or I'm paddleboarding. People already do this every day, all the time. They go out. Like, I've seen many people with their friends, right? They're taking food photos or videos. They're posting on Instagram. All you got to do is throw that into your dating profile. Like, why wouldn't we share that piece of our life that like is actually probably the most important, if anything? So that would be number one. And number two would be like those video prompts. You don't have to just sit in front of the camera and be like, what am I going to think about? That's why the prompts are there, because they'll be like, hey, tell me, I don't know, I can't remember what they all are, but the point is, that's another way to support that. And I think doing stuff with your friends, again, if you do pitch your friend, it's like you could be with your friend while they pitch you. It could be funny. So I think that people overthink a lot of things when they pop the camera up, I myself included. But part of it is you just have to execute on it and be like, hey, here I am,
How do you monitor the site? How do you monitor?
Come on, the elephant in the room here. Let's talk about it.
I don't sleep. That's pretty much how I monitor. I mean, right now I'm not really too worried because so a couple things I leverage is, I think it's like any good community that you build, it's the people that are in that from a reporting perspective. So I'm creating a community where when you come in there, it's saying things like, listen, treat everyone with respect, and this is an intentional space. So if you see something, report it. I'm a small shop right now. I'm not a big company, so I don't have 50 people monitoring or some sophisticated AI. That's not how it works in the beginning, right? So it's just me checking out videos, and anyone could click the report button, and the video would be removed instantly. So that's pretty helpful for now. In the long run, we'll evolve that and change it.
Yeah, because it would suck if you were like, okay, I think I'm just going to compare it to traditional for a second. You go onto a site, you see a crap ton of pictures of everything but the person. So what's to stop somebody from having a bunch of videos of their dog and what they had for lunch and the view, but then no pictures of themselves? I mean, no video of themselves.
I mean, they're just not doing themselves any justice to match with anyone. And so that's par for the course of being like, well, guess what? No one's going to probably like you. So, I mean, again, I like to see what people put in there. So some people, I'll give you an example, have put in like, there's like ceiling photo. And at first I was like, you know what? I'll report
a ceiling.
Yeah, like, because the app, I'm trying to improve that. So there's things I have to improve for the new version, right? And that will change a few things, but I know why people, because they're probably apprehensive right away when they're caught off guard to be like, post a video of yourself, and then it prompts them to do it right away. I'm changing that. But the point being is some people have that. And at first I was like, you know what, should I police this? But then I was like, no, because it's on them for what content they put. And if people don't match with them, then that's their loss. I can't, but we can give them tools to be like, hey, we recommend this. So, I put in a few other gestures and some prompts to say like, hey, like, pretty sure you don't want to put a ceiling photo if you're trying to meet someone. So, we suggest trying a video prompt and then again, part of that is having the coaches in there too, right? Like some of the coaches talk about confidence. Some of them talk about how they can make video content. I myself put up videos on my Instagram and in the app to say like, hey guys, here's some best practices for making videos. Reach out if you have questions. So again, we can only do so much for all the daters out there that are posting fish photos or whatever. So
yeah. I have so many questions.
Keep going.
Yeah, what's a fish bone?
Does it count down? Like, does it go 3, 2, 1, and then you're like, hey, I'm the cute girl next door?
It's just your regular like camera style, right? If you press record, right, and it just starts recording. That's
how it was in the beginning of kind of virtual dating. I mean, we've talked about this, Lee Michael. People would send videos to a service, and then they would distribute them, and it would just be a VHS.
Yeah.
And people would just be on there just like, this is what I'm looking for.
I remember those.
Just be like sitting there on their couch, just awkwardly talking about themselves and trying to make little jokes and seem charming. So actually we digressed, and now we've come back, we've done a 180, shall we say?
And I'll tell you why, because if you look at the trajectory of our technology, right, and I actually love the VHS concept. I think it's so cool because you get a chance to wait, and then you'd go into the studio or like those little shops, and you'd go to the sitting booths and watch the videos.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting thing. So I think what's
Yeah.
happened is, right, we've gone through the trajectory of like having the websites, the web apps, and then we've gone now into the mobile phones, the decade of the swiping, and now we're coming full circle where with, COVID happened, and then people are like, oh, we have voice, and then we have in-app video chat. But now for me, in the next 2 to 5 years, there's no question, it's all video. 90% of internet content is consumed by video. TikTok and Instagram are the biggest ones. So what are we doing in dating? And the same problems, right, dictate and show
Smart.
from daters that they're tired of that format. So,
Yeah, smart. So how does so on traditional dating apps, they have the report button. You can report someone, and 90% of the time you can report somebody just because you hate them or you don't like their picture, or you actually met that person, you thought he was a dick, but he could be perfect for somebody else, and you just bumped him off. And I've had people that I've had to block, and then they change their name to find me, to block me and report me, and then I lose mine. I'm like, it's a freaking vicious cycle, but nobody's monitoring it. No one's really checking. So what is that like for your app?
For me, it's just a reporting, and I won't go into the process, but I get notified, and I check it out, and then I just investigate myself. I mean, again, I'm a small shop, so it's pretty personal for me, and I'll stay as close to it as I can for now. So nobody's going to be there's not 100,000 people in the app right now, right? So no one's going to go in and block you, Christine. Don't worry. You have a VIP pass for life, So.
Thank you. So can I block somebody else? Because if I come across somebody and I go, oh shit, it's that douchebag that stalked me for 3 weeks. Can I block him?
You can't block.
From
So you can't
seeing
block
me?
anyone. You can report someone, right? But like the thing is, if you don't have videos, so once let's say you have one video, it's reported, you're removed. Now you can't. Now there's no videos in your profile, so nobody's going to be able to see you or match with you. And at the same time, they won't be able to match with anyone else because there's no content. So it's kind of like they're a ghost. And then eventually, I'll do some curation in the app and remove them or whatever as needed. But for now, that's just those are just like little things that no one needs to worry about as a dater. Like, again, I'm fully there. People can message me anytime, right? So if there was some weird thing that happened, I mean, I'm going to be, I'm in, you know what? And this is why we're going to win. Full transparency, we're going to win because nobody knows who the CEO of Match Group is. Nobody knows who those people are. They don't talk to them. They don't care about you. So like, you guys can message me anytime if you need something.
Well, I will say that
No, I'm serious. I'll always be like that because it has to be like that daters need to know that there's someone.
So
that's a bold promise.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that I've had some pretty horrific experiences on dates, and I've gone back to the app and reported this person because they are a danger to women. And most apps don't give a shit. And I did report somebody who I went on a date with that I met on Bumble, and it was harrowing. And I reported him, and they were on it. They were sending me personal emails and saying, "Oh my gosh, can we chat with you? Do you need help? Do you need support? Do you want us to back you on any photos or information about him for any reports?" It was amazing. And I'd never seen that with anybody else. So are you going to have to handle all that shit yourself?
Well, I mean, in the beginning, I'm there now to do that, right? And as we grow, we would build up a whole team that'd be able to support that, right? So right now, there's some resources that I posted on the website and in the app. You can find them in the account that provide, again, different resources for hotlines and help. And obviously, again, I'm the face here, so anyone can message me at any time. Suggested date locations and other things like that. Safe date tips and stuff like that. I try to support and see what's kind of commonplace out there in the industry and what people are supporting and speaking about. And I update that myself now, but in the future, again, I would hopefully have some very specific person that would do that. That would be nice. I would like to have more people to do to help me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I mean, again, it's just, I think there's an extra mile that a lot of these big companies can't go. In this case, it's awesome that they were able to help you, but that extra mile goes a long way to show people that the experience you're creating for them is actually cared about and thought about. I mean, I can't go to sleep at night because I think about this thing all the time, right? So, but yeah.
How do they find the dating app? I'm looking right now in my app store.
Yeah, so you just go into the App Store or Google Play, and it's Heartstring.
Oh,
there you
Yeah.
go. So I always want to
What
say
do
like,
you know?
I always want to say like, okay, wait for version 1.5 on Valentine's Day because it's going to be very nice.
Well,
a lot of things are gonna be
Oh,
ironed
we're
out,
here
but
for you, Lee Michael.
I know, but you know what? Download it now. Get in there, Christine, and give me your feedback.
well,
but all
this
the things
is the thing. I can't be in it. For personal, because I'm seeing
I can
somebody
be in it.
Yeah, you
but-
could be in it as a, you
Let's
could be in
get
it as
this set up.
but Janice, you got to be in it just because. Even if you're single or not, you got to be in it because you're a coach. So I need you in there.
I want to be able to say, recommend how it works and take a peek at this, which is great. And I'm gonna take a look and see how it navigates. I love that. I should have done it beforehand, but it's been a shit show around here. But I think this is exciting, and I think it's interesting how far reach does it go? Like if I'm here in Los Angeles, is there people here in LA on it?
I mean, right now it's global, so our strategy is anyone can download it anywhere, right? But of course, we expect and understand that people are going to drop off if they don't find anyone that's close to them. That's par for the course as we continue to grow and gain traction, right? But you gotta like, it's like you can't. It's like not just cart before the horse. You just gotta push forward, right? And eventually, we'll focus in on very particular cities. And so that actually brings me to the question you asked about what pitch your friend is. If you want me to jump into that, I can kind of tie into what we're doing too.
Yeah, and I'm going to see how quick this goes.
That one's quick, but I just, Christine,
I want to say, just as far as the aspect of regionality, we used to do a clubhouse room, the three of us plus several other people, and I remember we did one night where we talked about dating apps, and I think every single woman in the room said that she would prefer or would be very open to long distance within the United States. And so I think actually, you could be onto something, and that it could really serve the desire that a lot of people want to have someone to be close to you, but not too close to you physically.
100%. Yeah, I think that people now in this day and age, especially with working remotely and things like that, you don't need to necessarily have someone in the same city as you. So, Christine, there is a few bugs possibly in the onboarding, not to mention, but
I'm looking. I like that at the bottom where it asks, I identify as, then who are you interested in? And then it's giving me the age range thing.
Yeah, and that's it for your preferences, actually. So as soon as you fill that out, you'll be basically in the app, and it's actually even faster in the new version. So,
it's going to run a video.
See, that's exactly it. That's where a lot of people will.
Can you see this?
Right in. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, so it'll.
Sorry.
So
I love that you're doing it right now, Christine.
I am.
I'm doing it too, but it's just taking a long time.
Oh,
hi, we're live.
She's got mad video confidence, don't you think?
100%.
She's got video confidence. For sure she does. Look at her go.
Let's see what it did.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
You look good.
You look really good.
Yeah, camera.
When I turn, I had a double chin, but there are people out there that say that they like the thick girls. So here we go.
Look, it's Anthony.
There you go.
All right.
Love Anthony.
What's your location?
I'm so stoked that you guys are on this right now.
I know. I'm feeling night out now.
And it's in a good-looking app as well. It's gorgeous.
But
really
Janice,
pretty.
It's gonna be. Thank you guys. But I'm telling you, as the creator and like artist of it all, I'm so picky. And like, just wait until you see the new version. It is very.
I
sexy.
can't wait.
Very
Oh,
you know what? When
Looky,
1.5 comes out, I'll have you on X Files, and we can do a
videos.
whole thing.
Thank you.
Look
Thank
at
you.
that handsome guy.
Hey, that's my buddy Majid. That's my buddy Majid.
Ooh.
Oh, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, great guy. I'll mention him.
Gina, get on that.
Tell him he was
I
live
mean-
on a podcast today. All the girls were like, Majid.
No, he's a great
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
So how do I move now? Now that I see Majid, what
Up
do I
and down.
do?
Go up and down. Oh, if you like Majid, like him. Press that heart.
I can't.
Well, just
I
try
have
it
a
out.
boyfriend. Okay,
Oh.
we're gonna pretend. We're
Just
gonna
try it
say I
out.
like him.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, now press the heart. The heart. There you go.
Where?
Right
Where?
there. It's right there
Right
in the
here?
middle. Right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Touch.
Oh,
Right
that
in.
heart.
There you go.
That heart.
There you go.
Match initiated. Do not tell my boyfriend. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Christian. I love you.
And then if you just scroll up or down, like vertical scroll, you'll no, just flick it. No, use your see, it could be okay, just do like this. Check it. Christine, just go up or down like that.
He is not going anywhere. Majid decided to stay.
Yeah. Look, I got him too.
Okay, but Janice,
It's working for me.
Janice,
Let's
you
see
can
if he'll
scroll.
talk to
There you
both
go.
of us.
Oh, look.
It's working for me.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
works.
working for me.
Well, see,
It's
that's a bug. So
There's
here
a
we are.
discover.
You see, this would be an example
okay.
of not the best video. It's his bloody couch.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now,
This
I
is
was
really
going to
good.
ask you
Look at
about this.
Maxim.
Now, what I was going to ask you about is on the next thing. There's this like world thing with this line through it, like
For
Saturn. And it says coming soon events. And then there's a section here that says coaches. And I was going to ask you if you had coaches listed on there to help people, you know, get in the right mind frame.
100%.
And,
So-
there you are, Lee Michael.
I'm not a coach, but I'm just there for people as the
Anthony.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she said. Yeah, Anthony's on there.
Chantel is on there. Chantel's been on the show. Janice, Janice has been on a show. Brian has been here. Okay,
we do have an update with a bunch of new coaches coming in as well. So pretty excited about that. Again, that screen's going to look a little different too. But
oh my God, it has my last name.
Well, did you put your last name?
Did you put it in there?
No.
Oh, so it has your last name in your profile, but it's not on your actual
okay, good.
front page. Yeah,
so it shows my
authentication.
video. Yeah. It shows my name, where I am, and my age, which is a lie. And then who you're interested in, and then how many kilometers. Now, wait, is this dude in Los Angeles? Because Janice also matched with him in Denver.
Yeah, so again, first version, just it is what it is. Distance, you're going to see all the daters for now, okay? So we'll just keep it at that. So we want, that's how it is now, but version 1.5 will fix that.
Okay.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is the day I'm telling you, exploding out the gate with love. Let's go.
Aww. I'm going to help you.
Thanks, Janice.
Someone's mouse. Oh, is this the ceiling? The ceiling.
Yeah, that's not a good video. The ceiling. So, but yeah, let me tell you.
That's a good video right there.
Oh, thanks, Janice. I got some new ones coming. I was not as tired back then. Yeah, Christine. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Pitch Your Friend, what we're doing with singles events as well. So what we've been hearing from a lot of daters is people are looking for in-person experiences, and part of what we want to do to support that and support, again, getting into the ecosystem of Heartstring and video dating is we're launching next week a new website. It's called Pitch Your Friend. And what that is it's going to be a series of events, and those events are actually where you go with your best friend on date night to pitch them. So hopefully either you are single or you're both single, or one of you are single, but you go together. And the format really is, you can imagine a little twist on a speed dating style where you both sit down across from two other singles and you would just pitch each other, they'd pitch each other, and then you move to the next space.
Interesting.
So, yeah, giving that kind of experience. And the other one is kind of like the comedy club format where you get a chance to all the singles come in and then they sit down and you can go up and pitch your friend in front of, a small group of intimate people.
So it's group dating speed date.
Yeah, essentially.
It's speed dating.
Essentially, yeah. And I mean, there's kind of two formats and they depend on the venue. So we really try to get kind of a more intimate space, 20 people or less usually. And we kind of curate that space. So I have my co-host, Christine, not you, Christine, different co-host, and maybe you could be a co-host. But the way that we're doing it is we really felt this need to kind of curate a space for people that make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more elevated, and know that all the singles coming to the event aren't just anybody. They have to register, and it's kind of like a matchmaking thing. We kind of put together who's all going to that event. Because we're working with matchmakers, so really cool, and even coaches we could work with. I just haven't chatted with the team yet about this on our usual calls, but some matchmakers asked me, well, listen, can we host this in our city? So there's a couple we're going to be launching in both Cali and Philly as pilots to test out, because essentially what we're doing is we're giving a model and a format to support experiences for their matchmaking communities, because they're saying like, hey, we want to create more interesting events basically. And personally, I think it when you bring your friend to a date night, it actually offloads, again, that uncomfortable feeling you have, because you're like, well, we could just make it fun anyway and just laugh about it, even if it's like awkward or there's tension or whatever it is, right? So, and plus it's an experience too, right? So that's kind of, for me, I just felt it was a natural way. And when I was going out and getting all those videos of people pitching their friend, I was like, why aren't these people coming together to a fun date night with other singles? So yeah, we're launching that as part of our strategy to grow Heartstring with the Pitch Your Friend feature, basically.
Where in California is it going to be?
So San Fran and LA. So I've been talking with a few folks. Yeah, I'll tell you more about that, Janice, on Friday.
Okay, good, because I'm like X-Files sponsorship ops. Okay.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I was just looking at the section where you have the coaches.
Yeah.
It's really cool because I was just looking at Janice, our favorite little co-host here. And it's got videos of her giving advice. So is that what all these videos are of these dating coaches? They're giving advice and...
Exactly, yeah. And so actually in the new version as well, on the 14th, we will have their preferred booking service. So we are creating a little bit of a service model there as well for folks to be able to actually book out to those services of those coaches if they do feel that they resonate with them. And that's part of the experience, again, that we're trying to create more awareness and offerings for people while they're dating. Again, I just think for me, it's a more personal approach, and also just to spice up the content, like make dating fun again. I don't know, have some comedy in there. So the folks that are coming in the new version, there's quite a diversity. So there's, everything from like co-parenting advice to confidence to some comedy. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, if I could legitimately be on here, it would be crazy because my videos would be like...
Well, Christine, I mean, we could talk. I mean, you could come on there just as a coach or a commenter. I think we can circle back to this, because some of your videos are noteworthy, and I think would keep people laughing and not hating
what not to do.
dating.
Well, you're also a host of a talk show, right? And I think that's kind of interesting to consider as like some micro content in the app for folks to expose themselves to your content. I think that could be really cool. So.
That would be great. And I'm always asking people to come on and tell their dating stories, the good, the bad, the ugly, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. So that's great. I would love that. So I definitely talk to you about that. So unfortunately, we only have less than a minute left. So I would love to know, really quick, Phil says, what's your background, Lee Michael? And are you a computer programmer or something like that?
No, I have a philosophy degree and I'm a single dad. That's my background.
Nice. I love
That's my credentials.
I love it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Well, the new version is coming out February 14th of Heartstrings dating app and Pitch a Friend. I think that's super cool. Let us know when you're going to be in Los Angeles, because maybe we can, if it's on a Thursday, maybe we could be live there, or 100%. If it's not, maybe we can.
That's why I was asking as well.
We can record.
Yeah, Janice, we're going to do an event. Okay, we'll make it happen, and then I'll be there. Yeah. So, but yeah, the best way to get in touch with me for any daters out there listening or want to reach out or just ask questions is Instagram for sure. That would be the best way.
So, what's your Instagram?
It's Heartstring Dating.
Heartstring with an S or no?
No S. It's just Heartstring Dating.
Heartstring Dating. Awesome. Well, Lee Michael, thank you for showing this really cool, authentic video dating app. I like it, and I'm never going to be single again, but if by some freak of nature that I am, I will be on it right away. Perfect. And I'd love to have you back anytime. And
Cool.
Janice and Jada, my superstar co-hosts, I appreciate you guys, and I love my little panel of fun friends here. And Phil, thanks for coming in and leaving messages with us
Yeah, thanks,
live.
Phil.
I think that's so much fun. I wish more people did it. Sometimes we get a lot, sometimes we don't. But you can come back next week and see us live again, and it's going to be a fun show. And until then, let's keep it real.
Great.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope